This video is about Cortana, the Windows Phone personal assistant NFL 2014 season predictions. Last week was week 1 of the NFL season. I tried Cortana's predictions to test her accuracy. As it turns out, she was correct 10 out of 16 times. This tallies to a 62.5% accuracy. At best, this was a decent record. However, she was right 10 times and missed 6 calls. Of her correct 10 predictions, she was right on the money, no doubt about it. She missed 3 calls completely. 3 calls were too close to call, but she still had to make a tough prediction. Based on what I said, I decided to go live for week 2's predictions. Once the games are played, she no longer gives predictions. She answers, stating in effect that she can make a prediction on a game that was already played. So I will record her predictions, go over the scores, and after the games are played, I will then give an analysis of the predictions at the end of the video. Will the Steelers win?
It's anyone's game, but the black and gold could edge out the Ravens this time.
Will the Ravens win?
It's gonna be a close one, but the odds are not in the Baltimore Ravens' favor.
Will the Dolphins win?
The course of destiny could change any time, but the numbers aren't good for the Miami Dolphins.
Will the Bills win?
It's anyone's game, but the Bills could edge out the Miami Dolphins this time.
Will the Cowboys win?
The boys will need a really good playbook to take this one.
Will the Titans win?
I'm pretty sure the Titans will take the W.
Will the Jaguars win?
The course of destiny could change any time, but the numbers aren't good for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Will the Redskins win?
Possession of the victory is slightly more likely for the Washington Redskins.
Will the Cardinals win?
The Big Red could edge out the Giants.
Will the Giants win?
Once the clock starts, it could be anyone's game, but it's not looking great for the Giants.
Will the Patriots win?
The Patriots could squeak out a win, but it's a tough call.
Will the Vikings win?
It's hard to say, but if I were a bet in AI, I wouldn't put my money on the Minnesota Vikings.
Will the Saints win?
The New Orleans Saints could edge out the Browns.
Will the Browns win?
I can't be sure, but I'm afraid the Cleveland Browns might fumble this one.
Will the Falcons win?
Don't throw the red flag, but I don't see the Atlanta Falcons winning this one.
Will the Bengals win?
I foresee the Cincinnati Bengals outplaying the Atlanta Falcons.
Will the Lions win?
It'll be a scramble, but I don't foresee the Detroit Lions pulling out a victory.
Will the Panthers win?
Possession of the victory is slightly more likely for the Carolina Panthers.
Will the Rams win?
It's gonna be a close one, but the odds are not in the Rams' favor.
Will the Buccaneers win?
It's anyone's game, but the Bucs could edge out the Rams this time.
Will the Seahawks win?
Right now, my prediction is squarely in the Seahawks' corner.
Will the Chargers win?
Unfortunately, I think the Chargers will get sacked by the Hawks this time.
Will the Texans win?
The Texans could edge out the silver and black.
Will the Raiders win?
It's hard to say, but if I were a bet in AI, I wouldn't put my money on the Oakland Raiders.
Will the Jets win?
Once the clock starts, it could be anyone's game, but it's not looking great for the Jets.
Will the Packers win?
Even Bing isn't sure, but maybe if you cheer really hard for the green and gold, You can tip the scales.
Will the Chiefs win?
Unfortunately, I think the Chiefs will get sacked by the Denver Broncos this time.
Will the Broncos win?
I think this one's in the bag for the Broncos.
Will the Bears win?
Unfortunately, I think the Bears will get sacked by the red and gold this time.
Will the 49ers win?
It looks like the San Francisco 49ers will go home with the game ball.
Will the Eagles win?
Once the clock starts, it could be anyone's game, but it's not looking great for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Will the Colts win?
Possession of the victory is slightly more likely for the Colts.
The post-game week 2 analysis is that Cortana went 9-7. Cortana missed one more game than she did in the previous week. I do not find this alarming because she predicts games early in the week. This means she makes a call without knowing if that injured star player is going to be playing for Sunday's game. There are other factors that no one could have predicted, such as the Chiefs, Saints, and Colts starting the season 0-2. On top of this, certain things couldn't be predicted, such as the Jamal Charles of the Chiefs getting injured early in the game, the Vikings' abrupt deactivation of Adrian Peterson for off-field issues, or the Sheldon Richardson timeout that reversed a game-tying touchdown for the Jets, which would have tied the game, possibly going into overtime. I'd say she isn't perfect, but does a solid job of predicting NFL games, which is not an easy task.